Hello, today I'm going to install the Proxmox virtual environment onto my server. So the first thing I'll need to do is get an ISO image. So I'll go to the website, downloads, Proxmox virtual environment, ISO file. So I'm going to download this. And now we just need to wait for it to download. Now that we have the ISO file, I need to make a bootable USB drive. So I'm going to download another program called Etcher. In the download section, I'm going to use the Linux version, but there's also versions available for Windows and Mac OS. To use the program, I'm going to extract the files and then run Etcher. In Etcher, I'm going to select Flash from File, select the ISO that we downloaded. For the target, I'll select a USB stick that I inserted. This will delete everything on the USB stick, so make sure there's nothing on there that you don't want to lose. And now select Flash. Now we just need to wait for the process to complete. Now we're ready to boot into the installer. I'm now going to insert the flash drive that we made using Etcher, start the computer, and then continue to press escape. Pressing escape brings us into the startup menu, and from here I'm going to select the boot menu, and then I'm going to select the USB flash drive, and we'll boot from the flash drive. After loading for a while, we should get to this page. Now we want to select Enter for graphical installation. Now I'll agree to the license agreement, select the hard disk that you want to install on, set the country, time zone, keyboard layout, enter a root password, I'm just putting in a blank email because I don't want to get alerts from this server. Check your network settings. Set a host name. And then install. Now we wait for the machine to reboot. Now we're ready to go, and from now on we'll manage the server from the web interface. This will be the address that you need to navigate to for your, take note of whatever it is for your server. I've also set up address reservation in my DHCP server, so the same IP address will always be given to my Proxmox server. This will make it easier to find and manage. I'm now going to navigate to the web interface. The IP address is different from the install video because I was installing that on a VM so I could capture the screen. We'll get a warning when we try to connect because there's no security certificate for this website, but it's on my local network, so I'm happy to connect to it. Here we need to enter the username root and the password that you set during the setup process. We'll get another warning that there's no subscription, but we're not using this for commercial services, so I'm happy not using a subscription. And here we have the web interface. The next thing I'm going to do is run one of the community scripts, the Proxmox VE post install. So I'll copy this command here, select my node, go to the shell, and paste in that command. Start the script. Okay. I'll disable the enterprise, disable SFF, add the no subscription, add disabled PV test, disable the subscription nag, accept this. I'll disable high availability because I only have one node. Don't need CoroSync. And I'll update Proxmox now. Okay, now that the script has finished running, I'm going to reboot my Proxmox. While that's rebooting, just talking about these scripts, you should be very careful running a random script off the internet. It pays to check what it's doing and understand what it's doing. I've used it because it automates a bunch of tasks that are good to set up once we've installed Proxmox. But understand what it's doing, you can check the code and satisfy yourself before running random scripts off the internet. The system's rebooted and now we're ready to use it. I'm going to finish the video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one where I plan to start some virtual machines.